Want to make a dry erase playmat?
Logo.
So I've got this $1.50 foam board mat. It's basically like foam in the middle and board on either side, I guess you could call it. But I'm going to put this to good use, and I'm going to make a dry erase playmat for D&D, all your minis, with a 1x1 grid. So to go along with this, I've also got this. What is this? This is a book protector. It's just a clear covering for a book to keep it protected. This was only money. There we go, $1.25 at the Dollarama in Canada. So we're going to use that, the board, a straight edge, and a pencil to make something useful. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get this sticker off of here, because I don't think anybody's terrain is going to be helped with a large barcode and an Elmer's logo. By the way, this video was not sponsored by Elmer's, but if Elmer's wants to sponsor me, hit me up in my email, leave a comment below, tell me that you want to work with me. So I'd love to work with you, Elmer's. So first thing I'm going to do here is let me try that again, is I'm going to take my straight edge, I'm going to mark 1 inch line. Well, mark a line every inch on the ruler going straight across. This will give me about 30 inches, which would be 30 1-inch grid space squares. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those off. Once I get that marked off, I'm going to do the same thing on this end of the board. I'm going to again put my straight edge down, mark every inch along. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to, whoa, where you guys going? Take my straight edge. I will connect those lines like so. Yep. Yep. So what I'm also going to do is make a line every inch on the length of the thing as well. So I'm going to have marks this way, and the two will come together to make my grid, my 1x1 grid, 1 inch by 1 inch grid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Boom. So I went ahead and I used my straight edge here and a pencil, and I made a 1 inch by 1 inch grid for our figures to stand on. Now if you wanted to, you really could just use this like this and disintegrate. You could just use this like this as a 1x1 grid, but it kind of limits with functionality. If you draw anything on this, it's on it permanently. So let's take our book protector and let's just go ahead and make this into a proper dry erase surface. So what we're going to do is just open this up. This stuff is just taped together. Not making this easy for a smooth player like myself to just transition from one thing to the next, as I usually do with grace and dignity. But here it is. So this stuff is just kind of like another layer of tape on here. See? Way to make me look bad. And let's just do some of that. And a little bit down here as well. There's probably another piece right there. World's shortest blade. So this stuff just rolls out and it's got a backing on it. So all you need to do with this stuff is you just grab it at the corner. So this is sticky on the back. As I said before, I'm not very good at this usually, so it's probably going to end up with some creases, but as long as we get close enough so it's usable, that's all that really matters. So, Oh, those wrinkles! I told you it wasn't going to be perfect. But now we can actually do a proper pull it bit by bit. When we get to the end of here, we just cut off the excess. There we go, it's as simple as that. Now we have a simple dry erase board that we can make some terrain on. I don't know why you would make a square that small, maybe that's a statue or something, and then we can build a room around it with some steps coming off maybe. And then, I don't know, you have a throne over here, and no, let's call those pillars. You have a couple pillars in the room too. And then your beholder sits upon the throne, and your dwarf is coming in to kill the beholder. Or make friends, you know, who knows. To each their own, whatever you want to do with the beholder. It's up to you. So there we go. That's a pretty simple, straightforward mat we got here. I'll show you. It does dry erase really easy and quick. This stuff is great stuff. I've made a few of these over the years. Yeah, and it keeps going. Actually, not only is it a dry erase for D&D, my wife Amanda also uses this for when we play King Domino. We just put up a video about how to play that. And she will actually use this to make a 5x5 grid so she doesn't lose track of her kingdom as she's playing and building. But that's basically it. Only costs a couple bucks to make one of these mats. Everything you saw today came from the dollar store except for the minis. So it's pretty cheap and easy. Okay, hopefully someone gets a little bit of use out of this. I hope to be doing more DIY videos coming up. Kind of been slacking for a while, but going forward, let's do better. So with this, like I said, there are crinkles in the mat, but as long as you do better than me, just not only in the mat, just kind of in general life, that's just some good life advice for you. Just do better than I do. So as long as you do better than me, then you'll come up with a pretty good, decent looking mat that'll last you quite a while. You get a lot of use out of it for really cheap. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. If you found this useful or entertaining, or if you give any bit of a care, you know what I mean, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it at all, you thought it was a waste of time, go ahead, give us a thumbs down. If you like what you see here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to know whenever we put a video up, go ahead, hit the bell notification, turn on notifications so you get a little ding every time we put a video up. Okay, well, thanks for coming out today. Have a good one. Bye.